Yamaha presents the Whitetail Diaries, chronicling hunting adventures of the most plentiful and intelligent big game animal in North America. Join top whitetail hunters nationwide. Embark on the amazing adventure that is hunting the whitetail deer. Country music and the outdoors have been going hand in hand for decades, and today's show is no different. Country music singer-songwriter Justin Moore will be making a detour from his busy touring schedule to head to the Rock Canyon Ranch to hunt for a big Texas whitetail buck.
You know, I grew up in duck country in Arkansas and enjoyed duck hunting, but I've always just loved deer hunting more than anything. And I got into hunting because my grandpa, who was my hero and still is, even though he unfortunately passed away a couple of years. But, you know, there's so many stories I have and memories I have, you know, nobody will ever take those memories away from me. And I just love being out in the woods, man.
You know, Justin, it's been really neat to meet him. You know, you see guys in all their music videos and touring and doing all these things, and you don't really know anything about them except what's out in the public eye. But this is a guy who's a down-home guy. He's really loves the outdoors, really excited to be here, really excited to go hunt. That's fun to go spend time with somebody that's just as down-home and normal as everybody else, even though he's got an incredible singing voice.
A little bit rowdy, a little bit sentimental, and a whole lot of roughneck, Justin Moore has dented the country radio charts with 3 #1 hits. But he has a true passion for the outdoors that has led to a new partnership with Cabela's.
We started working with him just over a year ago. Kind of a natural relationship. He loves to hunt and fish. You know, most people in our building love to hunt and fish. We're in the business, and just seemed like a natural partnership.
I've always been a big fan of Cabela's and remember getting the Cabela's catalogs when I was growing up and picking out just about everything in there. And once I got to know the people who make Cabela's what Cabela's is, I knew right away it was a great fit for us, and you know, hopefully they say the same things about me.
The weather here at the Rock Canyon Ranch is unseasonably rainy, but Justin is heading out with Wade for an afternoon hunt.
You know, setup-wise, first evening, everybody rolled in, we got out, Justin shot his gun, everybody spent some time together, and you know, we went right almost out to the stand about as fast as we could. You know, excitement level was high, but I knew in the back of my mind we had a pretty good challenge on the first afternoon. You know, we had rain, thunderstorms were coming, it was low light and misty, winds were not the best, kind of swirling around, and we saw some young deer, and it was, you know, interesting to hear Justin talk about how fun it was just to sit there for an hour and watch those deer. That just tells me he's a hunter. He wants to watch deer, he wants to study them. I knew that the odds of killing that big deer that first afternoon were going to have to come together in probably the last 15, 20 minutes, and unfortunately a thunderstorm rolled in right the last time of the day, and sitting in an open-air ground blind with lightning blasting around you is probably not the most fun thing or exciting or smartest thing to be doing. So we wrapped that first evening, came back to the Rock Canyon Ranch Lodge, had a great dinner, hung out, everybody told some lies, and went to bed with high hopes for the next morning.
When the Whitetail Diaries returns, Justin and Wade will head out for day 2. The Yamaha Whitetail Diaries is brought to you in part by Yamaha ATVs and side-by-sides, real world tough. Cabela's, it's in your nature. Garmin, the power of simple. And by Nikon Sport Optics.
Get lost in the hunt, not the wilderness. Hunt with Garmin.
Experience High-Vis, a brighter sight picture than standard sights, giving you an immediate, more successful shooting performance. High-Vis lets you see a dramatic contrast between the target and the barrel for a more intuitive aim that delivers instant results. Our light pipes come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors, designed to be seen in a variety of conditions. With our broad line of sights, you'll see your marksmanship dramatically improve, bringing more fun and confidence into every shooting experience. Shoot more accurately. Enjoy the sport. Choose High-Vis.
Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries. The country music singer and songwriter Justin Moore has made a side stop on his tour to get out in the field at the Rock Canyon Ranch and go after his biggest whitetail buck ever.
Growing up where I did, there's a lot of deer and there's some good deer, but there's not a ton of, trophy bucks. And I've killed a lot of, smaller ones, but I've never, as of yet, been fortunate enough to kill a monster. So that's kind of what keeps driving me to go out there and try so I can do it.
Last night we got hit by a big line of thunderstorms. We're gonna go back to the same ground blind we set in yesterday. There was a lot of deer that came through there. There's been a couple big ones been working that area. It's a perfect setup for us. And we'll just see what happens. The wind was perfect this morning. I was pretty pumped. We got in there an hour before sunrise, and I knew it was gonna be a long time till that camera would be able to see, but I wanted those deer to be comfortable, and we could see shapes out there. We could see deer out there. Could see a light antlered wide deer out there that we were whispering about. We were both pretty excited about, but I knew the camera was probably jet black, out there. And when you're sitting there in that situation, man, you're just on pins and needles. And we're gonna get enough light where we're gonna be able to see where everything's gonna come together. And is that deer big enough to shoot? You don't, it's so dark down there we couldn't tell.
I've very seldom sat in a stand or in a blind and watched so many deer, much less that many good buck deer. We had 3 or 4 nice bucks in on us from the time it got daylight.
As the sun was getting brighter and brighter, we knew we had a couple of potential deer out there. There were some young deer bopping around, but there was a wide 10 point that kept drawing our attention. But really the best deer was one that was kind of head down most of the time. And when he finally raised his head, Justin and I were both like, shooter. You like it there? Yeah, I think we better shoot that there. 11 point. He's freaking cool. It's a freaking vegan. We knew right away. And and when that happens and you start going into that mode and you start moving around and the camera guy's trying to find the deer and you're trying to get set up, everything's starting to come together. Next thing I know, we look up, deer's gone. He's over there. He's over there. Yep. Let's go ahead and get your gun up when you get a chance. He comes back out. I need to come that way.
It's definitely a little bit nerve-wracking. You can wait on anything when you got a nice trophy buck out there. Finally, when he did come back out after leaving, we thought, man, we probably ought to go for this. And I was fortunate enough to put a good shot on him.
Oh, you getting hard.
That's what it's all about. Oh. Man, what a rush. That was just, that was a blast. As long as I've hunted and many deers I've killed, I've never had the opportunity to see deer like that, much less get a chance to shoot one, and that was just that was a thrill of a lifetime, man.
Look at that. Son! Look at that.
Oh.
We're getting bigger as we get closer.
I fell in love with hunting and learned everything about it from my grandpa who passed away a couple years ago, and he was my hero and still is. And he and I tried to do this for years and years and years and years, and it's pretty much worth the wait, and I'm sure he probably had something to do with it. That's why you come to Texas to do this. God, it's so awesome. Oh, man.
Job, buddy. That's a great
Thank you
shot.
so much, man.
Congratulations, Justin. That was another successful entry in the Yamaha Whitetail Diary. Justin Moore took a great whitetail buck here on the Rock Canyon Ranch. For more information on hunting the Rock Canyon Ranch, go to huntrcr.com. More whitetail hunting action when the Whitetail Diaries returns. In these low light conditions, good sport optics are paramount for Wade to accurately confirm a shooter buck and to make an ethical harvest. Visit NikonHunting.com for the next generation of hunting optics.
My passion is rim fires. Which is why I hold the spot-on advantage. And there are a million more like me, using spot-on to build confidence when shooting farther with more precision than ever before. The next generation of shooting accuracy has arrived. Join us.
First light doesn't come easy. It never has, and it never will. The sun hasn't risen, but you have. And the chill in the air seems a bit colder this year. First light may not come easy, but when it only comes once a year, it can't come early enough. Danner Boots, an American tradition since 1932.
Julie Golaski, Smith & Wesson Consumer Program Manager and World Champion Shooter.
Joe Zanetti, Smith & Wesson Finishing Specialist and lifelong hunter.
Jim Dalton, Smith & Wesson Master Gunsmith. I shoot competitively, and so does my son.
Our people, our products, our passion. Smith & Wesson.
Faster.
Smarter.
More powerful.
The new ZX7 processor from Stealth Can. The game has changed.
The Yamaha Whitetail Diaries is brought to you in part by Thompson Center Arms, America's master gunmaker. Smith & Wesson, made in the USA since 1852. High Viz, shooting systems by North Pass Ltd. Danner Boots, an American tradition since 1932. Now, before we make our way to the next hunt, Being out in the field and traversing different terrains can be difficult in the best conditions, but with the elements creating even more difficult trails, the right boots can make all the difference. Let's take a closer look at the boots Wade trusts out in the field. Whitetail Diaries presents Fully Loaded, getting you geared up from head to toe for every hunt. From leather hides to the intricate stitches that bind them together, the culture of craft surrounds Danner boots, with a shared appreciation of a material and the subtleties it goes through as it grows with age. We are craftsmen. We pay attention to details. We understand there may be similar ways to craft a boot, but there are not similar standards. And true to the Danner name, we pride ourselves in crafting the highest standards. Danner Boots, crafting boots in Portland, Oregon for the past 80 years. Pick up your Danner boots at Cabela's or online at cabelas.com. Well, now let's head over to another Texas ranch where NBC Sports' very own Jeff Macaluso has made a quick trip down to Texas to go after a nice mature whitetail buck.
This is my 4th time coming to South Texas to hunt whitetail, and as always, it does not disappoint.
Although it might be a little early to get the desired results, Wade took Jeff out for an afternoon of rattling.
Fun to move around the woods, and Wade was able to call in a little buck. He didn't stick around long. He wasn't anything that we would have shot anyway, but it's still a lot of fun to move around. I've never gotten the chance for whitetail. I've always been in a blind, or in a stand of some sort. So it was really cool to get down on the ground and you know, move around a little bit and try to go after him.
Well, with no luck on the ground, Jeff is moving to a box blind for his second morning hunt.
This morning we get down to another stand with Gene, and you know, before the light was even up, he had one picked out.
Very, very bad deer. A real dark one. I don't know. He's just a 10-point. Yeah, he's a big body back in the back. Very bad deer.
Similar to, you know, last night in the other area where we had a lot of deer in the same spot in the clearing, and this deer, he was with the pack, and it just wasn't giving us an opportunity, and then he started walking off into the trees, and that was it. I had a feeling that if I didn't take the shot then, he was gone.
He jumped. That's good.
I think I got him.
He kicked straight back, so that's good.
It's right on.
Yeah, this, like I said, my 4th trip down here, South Texas for whitetail, and this is my biggest deer so far. He scored a 148 even, weighed in at 170 pounds, so he was a big old man, and I'm really happy with him.
Thanks,
oh man, thank you. What a mature deer. I mean, this deer's probably, he's at least 5 years old.
He's a beauty.
Oh, I promise you, he's absolute gorgeous.
I couldn't be happier.
Congratulations, Jeff, on taking a nice, respectable 10-point. Now, for most whitetail hunters, harvesting a good whitetail means meat for the dinner table. Let's head out to deer camp to see what Whitetail Diaries crew member Justin Rackley has smoking in the Bradley smoker.
You know, this week we're out here at deer camp. I've been chosen to do the cooking, and we're gonna cook on some Bradley smokers today. And we've got a 6-rack going back there. We got a 4-rack right here. And I got some awesome recipes off bradleysmoker.com. Should be really good. I'm anxious to see how it turns out. The time has come to take our meat out of the Bradley smoker. The sun's getting ready to go down. Everybody's going to be coming back to camp soon. I think they're going to be pretty excited about what has gone on inside of this box. So let's open it up and see what we got. That just looks absolutely delicious. And I'm no expert, but this is pretty easy to do. You just follow the instructions, pop it in there, press a couple buttons, and you're gonna look like a master chef.
Food smoking is made easy by the Bradley Smoker. For more recipes, details, and to order your Bradley Smoker, visit bradleysmoker.com. Well, when the Whitetail Diaries returns, we're going on another whitetail hunt with Yamaha's Mike Martinez.
5:30 a.m. doesn't come easy. It never has, and it never will. It's fueled in determination and an unfiltered dedication to uphold your part of the bargain. 5:30 a.m. doesn't come easy. But knowing that others depend on you, 5:30 a.m. can't come early enough. Danner boots, an American tradition since 1932.
At Amphibia, we've resolved to build a product that nobody else offers, using methods that nobody else is using, optimized for life on water and land. The choice of top bass fishing pros. Amphibia frames are designed to fit comfortably no matter how your face is shaped, to stay firmly in place through your most physical activities, and to float in water. Amphibia sunglasses are truly designed for life on the water.
When you change the game, you make the rules. Introducing the all-new Stealth SS from 10 Point, the most compact crossbow we've ever created. 10 Point, there is no substitute.
When I'm not hunting, I'm thinking about hunting. It's on my mind because it's in my blood. When the hunt calls, my TC Venture points the way. Accurate, reliable, proven. Until there's no more ground to cover and no more stories to tell. When you're a TC Venture hunter, the hunt never ends.
When you change the game, you make the rules. Introducing the all-new Vapor from 10 Point, the most technologically advanced crossbow ever created. 10 Point, there is no substitute.
Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries. Yamaha's Mike Martinez has arrived in South Texas and is sighting in his Thompson Center rifle before heading out for an afternoon hunt.
What I really like about whitetail deer hunting is that, you can really get into the outdoors and enjoy the experience from beginning to end, meaning you're out there before dark, you can see the sunrise, you can see a bunch of different deer, so you're really experiencing the whole thing. And then at the end of the day, hopefully, you're leaving with some sort of trophy for yourself. But realistically, it's all about being in the outdoors and really enjoying that experience.
Well, there's no doubt that the Whitetail Diaries crew trusts Yamaha ATVs and side-by-sides to get them out in the field, and Mike has been part of the Yamaha team for nearly 20 years.
Just seeing the progression with ATVs and side-by-sides has been really miraculous. When I first started, the biggest four-wheel drive ATV was 400 cc's. Now they go up to 700 cc's and larger. And the biggest trend we're seeing more recently is a lot of consumers are preferring to go to a side-by-side vehicle. North America is the largest market for ATV and side-by-side vehicles. We started transferring production to the US about 12 years ago. It started with ATVs, and then over time, we built our first side-by-side vehicle in the United States, and today we have a majority of our products are assembled right here in the United States in Georgia.
Well, Mike's all sighted in and is set up in a box blind near a food plot where the deer are starting to make some moves.
Really looking at 2 or 3 bucks at the same time can be pretty exciting and a little intimidating at the same time, really trying to judge which one you really want to kind of focus on. And then right about 10-15 minutes before it really started getting a little bit darker out there, we had about 3 or 4 different bucks come out almost in a group, heading together over towards that oat field.
Let's bring it there. Yeah, let's bring that.
That one really stood out. I mean, he was very symmetrical, had a very high rack, looked like a real healthy deer, and just started really kind of following him. And he went back and forth, started really heading back towards the woods at one time, and got a little skittish at another time, so I wasn't sure if he was going to stick around. And then eventually he really just started kind of a straight, consistent walk towards the oat field and didn't stop.
Good job.
Yep, down, baby. That whistle worked. Very cool. I had pretty low expectations actually coming out. There was a full moon. It was extremely warm for this time of year. It's January right now and it was over 70 degrees and there was absolutely no wind at all. But fortunately, we got what we came for. Double brow tine, real pretty. Very, very symmetrical. Yep, really nice deer. I think we made a really good choice. Great experience.
Thanks for watching. Join us next week, won't you, for another exciting entry in the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries. Want to win a hunt? It's simple. Find Whitetail Diaries on Facebook and click the like button. You can follow along with Wade and the crew in the field and be eligible to win tons of sponsor giveaways and your chance to enter the Win a Hunt with Wade Middleton sweepstakes.
Woo! Man, what a rush. That was just, that was a blast. And fortunately, I didn't screw up the shot.
You
So
pounded him.
that was,
You pounded him. Very good. What?